So I was on holiday overseas recently and I found this really cool wallet, and they've made it out of money. But what I noticed was that it's made from sublimation. And what's really cool about that is that we can possibly make this. So I thought, let me buy it and let's give it a shot. However, there is a problem. It is illegal to print money. So we are not going to do that. We are going to play it safe, and I'm going to use the artwork behind me. However, you are more than welcome at your own peril to print money. Now that being said, all we need to do is go ahead, unstitch this so we can get the shape. Let's get it done. Okay, so first of all, we got to remember how we did this. So as we can see, they've gone ahead and taken their edges and folded them in and done that stitch. So we got to remember that for when we put this together. So we're going to unravel it, and as you can see, there's a piece of just plain cardboard that we're going to need to do ourselves, and this just looks like ordinary packaging cardboard, which is not a problem. This you get in almost anything, a box of cereal, yeah, pretty much any packaging that you can find at home, you'll have it. And then as we can see here, we've only got two little flaps on either side. That is where we fold to stitch. And if I take an A4 piece of paper, it is basically the size of an A4 piece of paper, a little bit longer, and that means that you don't need to use a roll-to-roll heat press for this. You can use a normal swing away heat press from AM.CO. Okay, so now that I know what it looks like, we're going to go ahead, measure this up. We're going to take our artwork and we're going to put it into this size template and just measure these extra pieces, and we can leave this hole here because that I'll show you a better way of cutting it so you don't end up with these frills here. But let's get to our artwork first. So here we have our template in front of us, and as you can see, we've got one side of the dollar bill and then the other side, and those are alternated, and that is so that when these are folded inwards, you've got a inside of the wallet and the outside of the wallet that is the dollar bill on both sides. However, for this exercise, my artwork is going to go across the whole piece. So what we need to do now is just get our artwork done and measure this to size so that we can do our template correctly. So the first thing I need to do is just bring in my artwork that we have generated via AI, and that is just purely so that we can have a random image that is not copyrighted, because this is just for test sakes. So while we've got that down there, we're going to just drag this onto our original page, and then we're going to get rid of that. And now we're going to rotate it so that it's facing the same orientation as our template that we have here. So let's go ahead and turn this. Now what we need to do is figure out the size of everything, including our overlapping pieces that are here for where we stitch. So let's go ahead and get a ruler. Okay, so we can see it's going to be a little bit bigger than 300, so it's 300 at the H plus an extra 25, so 325 on the height. So let's go and quickly do that. And this does not have to stay proportional. You can change it in any way you want to, as again, this is just an example. 325. I want to give it a little bit extra because remember, sublimation does shrink when you press. Okay, now the width. So I want the smallest width measured because I'm going to add these manually. Okay, so we've got 195 is our width. So let's go ahead and only change the width to 195. And we're going to go a little bit extra. Okay, so now that we've got the full size of this template, now what we've got to do is divide this into 4. So the best way is to go ahead and crop our existing page to the size of the artwork, and then we can start doing our dividing into 4, because we need to work out where these 2 extra pieces are going to be. So once that's done, we're going to push enter. Now what we've got to do is go ahead and drag on some of our measurement lines, and then we can start doing the dividing. So what we need to do is remember the actual length of this, which we said 325, and we're going to take 325 divided by 4, and that's going to give us 81.25 per section. So we're going to move this until we see 81. Let's just move the other ones out the way. Keep going until we hit 81.25, and it doesn't have to be exact, it can just be around 81 millimeters. Okay, there's 81.40. We can even go even more. Just zoom in and you should be able to get a finer measurement. There, 81.2, that's good enough. And then we times that by 2 to get our next one. And the next one is 16.25. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in some more as well, just so we can get it. 16.2 is what I'm looking for. That's perfect. And then we're going to plus another 81.25 on top of that. And then that's going to give us our next one, which is a 243.75. 243.7. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections now that we've got for this template. So now we can actually put those edge pieces on. And then just to double make sure that we have got the more or less correct size for the last piece. Last piece obviously it's going to measure at 82.2, which is spot on for what we wanted. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's go ahead and measure this little piece that we need on the side over here by my thumb. 1 centimeter, 10 mils extra. So now that we've got that, we can go ahead and drag out the side, and it had it at 195, so we need to have it at 205 for an extra centimeter. Okay, 205.1, I'll just go a bit smaller with the artwork, and then we need to go to 215. Alrighty, so now that we've taken that out, we can go ahead and push enter just to confirm our crop. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to put our selection tool just over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to drag from here down to that measurement, and we can actually go even further to the next one because we have to do both the middle pieces. We're going to use those lines, and I'm going to need 10 mil inwards in order to copy. So we're going to get to 10. Okay, so we right click and we say layer via copy because we want to just copy that right hand side, and we're going to just move it over. And all I want is just an extra piece of artwork there. It really does not have to match 100%. And if you are worried about that, you can just mirror it so it looks like it's continuous, just like so. Now we need to do the exact same thing to the other side. So again, we're going to just zoom in, grab our selection tool. We're going to have it just on the outside, on that line, bring it down. We're going to go past this line all the way to the next one, because we're just going to repeat the same thing we did previously. We need 10 mils exactly. There's 10, and then we right click, make sure it's on layer 1 and not your layer 2, and we say via copy. and then we bring that out to the side. And again, in order to make it look correct, we're just going to go ahead and Control T and then mirror that image. So now we should have those two extra pieces on both sides, and that's exactly what we're looking for, and that is exactly this template here. And then depending on how you've set this up, remember you've still got this little hole that you need to cut out so that you've got the inside of the wallet that you can still use. However, if you really wanted to, you could leave it out and then you only have a wallet that has, so forget this exists, you've only got a wallet from the inside to put your notes. So you can't put any cards in if you don't cut that hole. So we're still going to cut this hole, but you don't have to. So now that that's done, the last thing you need to do is just remember that you have to go ahead and cut yourself a piece of cardboard to the size of this wallet. And my recommendation is making sure that you cut the cardboard where you're going to stitch, because otherwise this is going to eventually have the edges fray, which is not what you want. Okay, so now that that's done, all we need to do now is save this as a JPEG so that we can put it into our printer and print it with our sublimation printer. And then the last thing we need to do before stitching it together is go ahead and press it. So let's go to printing to start this process. Okay, so we've got our print back from the printer and we've got our banner weave. What I'm going to do is only cut out one of these so that it can fit on the material here and it can fit in our smaller heat press. So let's get that done. In order to heat press this correctly, you need to have it at 200 degrees Celsius and you need to heat press it for a minimum of 90 seconds. Okay, so we've got the two side by side, the one I've just pressed. We're going to fold it in half so we can line up where we've got to cut that pill out. And once we've cut that out, keep in mind I'm doing it by hand. It should be done via a laser so that it's more accurate and perfect. If not, give yourself an outline in the print so that you know where to cut. Now that we've done that, it's off to CMT. Well, there we go. Our wallet concept has come out exactly how we wanted it. The colors are really, really fantastic and it does actually work. Now, with Christmas coming up, this is a fantastic gift to give. And on that note, you must have a fantastic festive holiday and we'll see you next year.
AI may eventually take over, but what's for certain is that smart machines are already operating all over the world right now. So stay ahead with AM.CO.za. For 11 years, they've been the leader in CNC and printing machines like CNC routers, large format printers, vinyl cutters, laser cutters, plasma cutters, DTF printers, and many more. Visit AM.CO.za showrooms in Sunny Rock, Joburg, and Montague Gardens, Cape Town, or WhatsApp hi to 060 600 6000 for more info. AM.CO.za, achievement matters.